Hi guys, and welcome back to Frank Films YouTube channel. So this week I managed to go and see the new Wonder Woman film, directed by Patty Jenkins, starring Chris Pine and Gal Gadot as your main two characters. Now I know my last video was quite long, so I'm going to try and keep this one to the point. So this is a follow-on from the rest of the DC movies that have come out recently, like Superman vs Batman and so on. Now I'm more of a Marvel fan, I tend to prefer those superheroes and I think the films are a bit more developed. But I was open-minded, I wanted to go and see the new one. A lead female character isn't something that happens often in the comic book movie world, so I wanted to have high hopes for it. This adaptation of Wonder Woman follows her childhood and how she came to be. She's actually on an island inhabited by Amazons who were put there by Zeus to be protected from Ares, the god of war. So there is a shield around them so they can't be seen by anyone else. And that's kind of where the movie starts off. We see Wonder Woman growing up and learning to be a warrior. But this is disrupted by a pilot who lands into the waters around the island. His name is Steve Trevor and he is played by Chris Pine. And from there, that's where everything changes and Wonder Woman starts to realise her full potential. So outside of the island, it's actually kind of set in World War II. So when the pilot lands, she actually learns about the war that is existing outside and she believes that it is Ares that is causing this war. So she is determined to get to the face of the war and stop Ares. And Steve Trevor is desperate to get home so that he can stop the war himself, but in a different way. I did think that the first third of the film wasn't as much to my liking. I preferred the more industrial, Londonized setting. I found that the Amazon story was a little bit far-fetched and very juxtaposed to the rest of the film, but I kind of understand that that is the intention. I also thought that the CGI at the beginning was a little bit iffy, but as the film went on, the CGI was excellent, so I kind of just thought maybe it was an intentional decision to try and create a more fantastical atmosphere to go along with the production design, which was actually excellent in this film. The production design was done by Aileen Bonetto. I think I'm pronouncing that right. She's actually done a lot of French work, looking specifically at Amelie, and you do kind of get that vibe from it. So it's a very English setting, the costuming is very sophisticated and couture. It's very well put together and very clean cut, which was perfect really for the Wonder Woman character when she is in this setting. The Wonder Woman outfit as well was amazing, very well thought out and actually very beautiful. She looked phenomenal in that outfit. I thought Gal Gadot was a perfect choice for Wonder Woman. She was sophisticated and strong, independent, but at the same time she was very graceful in doing so, so it created this godlike persona of her. I haven't actually seen her in anything else because I'm not a massive fan of the Fast and Furious films, but amazing choice, yeah, perfect. And she was kind of a different kind of superhero. Usually they have their own intentions, but for her, her only aim is to help the vulnerable civilians. She's actually very humble about her powers, which is nice to see. It's a little bit different, to be honest. Chris Pine's character, Steve Trevor, is actually an undercover spy who has been in the German army trying to discover their secrets. When they learn that there's a main villain who has created a gas that will actually just wipe out the English people, he is determined to stop that, and Wonder Woman is there to help alongside him. I thought Chris Pine was a really great choice for Steve Trevor. He plays it with quite a simplistic manner. He's not too complex, he's just an everyday kind of guy. And I do find that he tends to elevate a lot of the scripts that he is in for movies. Because although he is our stereotypical everyday hero, he is actually our human hero. He allows Wonder Woman to become the hero that she is. He doesn't stop her, he doesn't try and control her, he actually steps back at times and allows her to reach her full potential. A lot of supporting actors as well in this film that work really well to keep the movement of the film and create more dynamics of friendships. When it came on, I just sat there and I was like, oh, it's Spud! And I actually heard someone else in the cinema go, Spud! It's obviously just like so relatable. Quite a shock to see him in this film, and he had such a strong Scottish accent that it lightened the mood immediately. I thought he was a great choice for another character to support them on the journey. You've also got Connie Nielsen, who is from House of Cards, and she was able to play a really strong Amazon leader as well. But the one that stood out to me was the character Etta, who is Steve Trevor's secretary, and she's played by Lucy Davis, and she was so funny in this film. Her expressions and her one-liners were so well delivered, I was cracking up all the way through. She was really excellent and a really great choice, and I was just generally craving more and more of her throughout the entire film. I think the editing was successful. I didn't particularly have any issues with it. Like I said, the CGI at the beginning was a bit strange, but as it went on, it was really excellent. What was actually great in this film was the amount of action scenes that there were. So near the beginning there's one, right in the middle there's one, and there's one right at the end. So you're never missing it, you're never feeling like you've not got enough, you're constantly in the action, and that's really great for a superhero movie. And it was interesting to see a different kind of storyline. So instead of it being some kind of supernatural threat against mankind, it's actually the threat of mankind against mankind and how realistic war is. And bringing that in with the concept of superheroes was actually very interesting. I didn't feel like I was watching something I'd seen before. It was a really intelligent storyline. And I mean, at the end of the day, superheroes is one of the biggest selling movies at the moment, making so much money, they're so popular, and period dramas as well are incredibly popular, especially in England. Got things like Downton Abbey, where that is thriving, and actually I think a lot of English studios have really perfected the period pieces. So bringing those two together, very juxtaposed worlds, but actually making them work in such an incredible way was really very excellent.
If you believe that this war should stop, help me stop it right now.
So if you're looking for a film to watch, I would definitely recommend this, especially with what else is on at the cinema at the moment. This is definitely the top movie up there at the moment, and I would definitely recommend seeing it in a cinema because some of the graphics are just epic. So if you enjoyed my review today, give it a big thumbs up. Comment below your favourite superhero. I know that's a bit of a risky decision to make, but go for it anyway. And subscribe to my channel because I'll have another review coming next week, or maybe even in a few days. Thanks for watching, bye!